Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and today we have a really special item. Another one, went shopping, actually two items. Remember, I'm also doing kind of like the average everyday Star Wars item I'm trying to add to our episodes, at least, if not every episode, maybe every other or every couple of episodes. But we have that, and then we have a little bit more of a higher end item I'm so excited to share with you today. First, let's talk about, first thing I want to talk about before we get started, is again, wanted to just say, I want to congratulate the makers and those who worked on The Rise of Skywalker as it passed the billion mark, like last week, I think. And I just wanted to say, job well done. I'm glad that it is being well received enough for it to reach that. Yes, I recognize it is not the most highest grossing Star Wars film. I also recognize that it is the poorest reviewed Star Wars film. I really pay no attention to those kind of things because money talks and all the other stuff walks, I'm sorry to say. And, yes, a lot of people went to see the movie multiple times. I'm sure you don't reach $1 billion without having multiple views. You just don't. And that to me is a testament to the film. Some people, I'm sure, went to see it multiple times because they maybe didn't get it the first time, or they weren't catching everything. Whatever the reason may be, I think more people enjoyed this movie than not. And that's just my opinion. And if you wish to point out the flaws you felt it was, that's fine. And as I've said, and I've posted this on all my platforms, I've said this before. If you love the movie like me, fantastic. If you hated the movie, that's okay too. If you liked parts of it, not other parts, okay. If you don't even know what Star Wars is, why are you watching this channel? But if you do not know what Star Wars is and you have no opinion, that's fine too. I think we're kind of getting to a point in society where people are mistaking opinion with fact. And that's the one thing I have a problem with. Everything I say on this channel is my opinion. Unless I'm saying something that is a fact. Or I shouldn't say everything I'm saying is an opinion. Everything that I say that comes out with me, but is when I say I feel that or I believe that, that's an opinion. Okay? Here's a fact. The Rise of Skywalker was released on December 19th. Okay, here's another fact. The Rise of Skywalker just passed the $1 billion mark in global sales. Those are facts. Okay? Here's an opinion. I love the movie. That's my opinion. It has no more or less value. Well, it has a lot of value to me, but it should have no more or less value or weight to anybody's, even another reviewer, even somebody who's paid to review a movie. I can tell you what I loved about it. Sure, I'll give you 5 things I loved about it. Music always comes first. Thank you, John Williams. Should have won an Oscar, but I understand. I understand why he never wins for any more Star Wars movies, because he's already won one for a Star Wars movie, so it feels like you're kind of repeating. So I get that. And bravo to the, I don't even want to mispronounce your name, but to the composer of the Joker, well done. Congratulations. And it's totally good. And last year, 2 years ago, and Ennio Morricone, I get that too. So you have that. Special effects are absolutely amazing. Awesome storytelling. Okay, they made me care about the characters. They made me care about new characters as well as old characters. Nostalgia. Okay, the return of Palpatine, the return of the Rebel blockade runner, the interaction between characters, and not only the old characters, but even some nostalgic feelings of the prequels, and even of the early parts of the sequel trilogy. I thought they were all fantastic. The bringing in of voices of the Jedi from Clone Wars and Rebels. What a way to tie it in. And the last one, it was just fun. I walked out of that theater smiling. I didn't walk out thinking, well, why didn't he do this? And why wasn't the story that was in my head on that screen? My story was a better story, or what I thought should have happened should have been there. I never get angry when I walk out of a Star Wars movie. That's just me. And if you do get angry when you walk out of any film, anger is really not something you... Disappointed? Sure, you could be disappointed. You go, I really wanted something more and I didn't get it. That's fine. I'm sorry that you didn't enjoy it, but that's okay. But it's an opinion. And to sit there and make statements like everybody believes what you believe. There's so many people who are on board with me. Like, this is what's happening. Like, and then then people write articles like, Lucas failed and Kathleen Kennedy is going to get fired. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't. Sources say, what does that mean? Okay, so I'm just saying, take a breath. I also, and for people that are just watching these videos for fun, be aware that sometimes negativity gets more clicks. It does. I try not to be negative. I try to be positive because I think the world needs more of it. So that's it. But remember, separate fact from opinion. Okay, that's not just in Star Wars. That's a metaphor for life. Okay, so on to the more fun stuff. All right, so what's my daily shopper Star Wars item? Well, I was in GameStop the other day, and I saw one of these little micro-shot Nerf guns, and I gotta tell you, I really like these, and I'll tell you why I like them. Because when you take a good look at it, it actually has a good similar look to the actual pistol from the movie, because and I mean the sidearm that the stormtroopers carry. I think Phasma had a black one that she was firing at. She was firing at Rose with it, but I just thought that I saw this, and I will say this, it was on sale. It was I think under $5. So, and I like the Nerf dart gun thing. I think it's kind of cool, and easiest unboxing ever. There it is, done. Okay, and you got your little pretty simple thing. You do you load, cock it. There it goes. All right. So, did it say you can hold? I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing. Is there a place you can hold it? No. All right. So, unfortunately, the only thing. But look, it's kind of nice little. It looks. I mean, obviously, regulation requires them to paint some of it bright orange so that it's not a real gun. But still, you can just load these up, and it'll find a nice little space on my arsenal, that I like. And it's not a big deal, but it was kind of cute, and it wasn't very expensive. So there you go. Now let's get on to the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes. The Sohei, Sohei, Darth Maul movie realization from Bandai, the samurai style inspired Star Wars figures done in the samurai style. I have, I think, one or two other ones that I've opened up in previous episodes. You can check them out. But this, I mean, I just loved the idea. This looked a little bit more, I want to say it was a little less armory and more like skull. You can see here. You can see when you get a close-up of it. I'll get some close-ups on the side here so you can see. Just so cool. What a great idea. And, a decent price point, about $80, not too, $80 to $90. Not a huge over-the-top expense, a little better than some of the high-end collectibles. Of course, a lot of this stuff is, I like the nice little thing in the box, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. And kind of like the Sideshow Hot Toys, comes with multiple items. Oh, jeez. And comes with a head that comes off. Oh, Darth Maul, it isn't your head that's supposed to come off. It's everything else. Ah, there it is. Okay. Ooh, got to be careful with the head here. Now, there is two. There's this other one I think you put over the top that's kind of like a mask. But I'm going to keep that off. I'm going to just keep this one as is. Now, what this one, all right, it comes with like clenched fists. We ain't doing the clenched fists. No way. We're doing the grips. And I'll tell you why. Because this thing comes with an amazing, let's make sure I got the right thing here. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. These wrist things are so, there it is. They're so hard to get in and out. Well, actually, I shouldn't say they're not that hard to get out. But they are hard to get in. It's just... Come on. Still working on it. I don't know why this is such a... Well, for one thing, they bend. Because it's, it's articulation. There it is. All right, good. Whew! All right. Got his little beads, and I'll get a bunch of close-ups while I'm doing this. All right, it has this really cool belt, really cool shin guards. I mean, he's almost designed to be like this. I mean, but then they have his 2 swords. 2, count them, 2 swords. All right, now, don't tell me I have to. I don't think it would be these. Yeah, you can't really get them in here. So it's got to be this one, but oh my goodness. There it is. There's one. This is like the one toy that if I'm not careful, I can. There it is. Okay. Oh my God! Look at that. It's like instead of now, mind you, he didn't have the 2 swords separated. He had them together. But you can do that. You can attach the 2 swords together, just like his double-bladed lightsaber. I'm choosing to go separate for 2 reasons. One, because I just think this is so cool to see him with 2 of these swords. Okay, and 2, because I think that I have to be careful with how much room I have or don't have. So as a result, I have to be careful there. So, oh, look at that, man! And oh my God, his stare is like hypnotic. I'm gonna have nightmares. But really, really cool. And again, these are very posable in a lot of different ways. Okay, so you can do lots of cool things with them. All right, and just great. They've made a bunch of these. They've made a bunch of original trilogy, sequel trilogy. I'm not sure if they've done much with the sequel. I'm sorry, original trilogy and prequel trilogy. I don't know if they've done much with the sequel trilogy, but I think they might have. I haven't collected all these. Honestly, I kind of look for these when I can't find anything else, but I want something just a little bit nicer, and I don't get them all. I think the first one I got was like a stormtrooper that had it was a, and I don't know the names, but he was carrying a drum. He had a drum kind of attached to the front. Well, those who know me know that I'm a music teacher, so having a drum kind of made sense for me to have. So I just pick out things. But this one, I just love the look of Darth Maul. I loved that, unlike the samurai armor, it just had a different look to it. It had, I don't know, I want to say a more human look, even though it's a skull. It had a more humanoid look to it, and less about having the armor. It was more exposed, So I just think it was great, and I loved the double blades. I just thought that was the double samurai sword type thing, so that was really cool. So this will find a nice place with the other ones that I have on my collection. That'll do it for this week's episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. Where I always say this episode, because I do 2 a week. We drop on Wednesdays and Sundays, and I've been very, very, very diligent to try to make sure that happens. Sometimes that might only be me giving a brief thing. Maybe there might come a future episode where I take one collectible and talk about it. Okay, but I'll try to do more than that. I mean, I have other things on the docket to unbox. But, again, high-end items, I've ordered a lot, but they're, paying them off a little at a time, so they'll be coming soon. We have an April trip to Disney, so there'll be some Galaxy's Edge stuff coming. So, we have a lot of things to look forward to. I'm also trying to secure an interview. I've never done an interview, so it'd be fun to try to do that. So we'll see what happens. All right. Is it going to be with a Star Wars celebrity? No. I am, or unless you know any Star Wars celebrities who watch my channel and would like to be on here to be interviewed, I would be more than happy to do that. But for now, no, I'm just securing an artist friend of mine whom some of you might know. So we'll see. But that's for a few months down the road. Thank you so much for watching. So happy we're here with us. Thanks to our new subscriber. We're almost at the 3,000 mark. Really excited about that. Until next time, folks, may the Force be with you.